This is Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20. To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. I want to start out giving infinite honors, glory, and prayers to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, teaches the truth 100%, no cut. Double shalom and salutation to Akim, pushing his word across the four winds, in true faith, sincerity, giving all diligence. And we want to just get into a quick lesson out of Warren Ratazar Lord's will. It's edifying and to the point. Just centered around, the wise and the foolish, man. Okay, we're going to kick it off like this. First off, let me get this just to back those precepts I just got, because the wise will have that light, which is Yahweh Shah. Okay, will have the truth, the understanding of the scriptures, the faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Okay, the true breakdowns and understanding, applying the scriptures, not only just speaking it, but applying it. Okay, that's the wise. Okay, but the foolish, they are seen godly. They'll talk a good game, but behind closed doors, they're teaching lies. Okay, even on camera, you got a lot of jakes. These false camps. False teachers teaching lies on camera. The Lord's name don't matter. You can sodomize your woman. John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. Paul's writings wasn't legit. Okay, the mark of the beast is not the RFID. Okay, all these different and it's plenty. It's much more, man. They got that. That so-called they have the appearance, or the following. They talk real good. They focus on pleasing the crowd, but that's not the spirit of Yahweh Shah, man. The scriptures talk about a lift up thy voice as a trumpet. Spare. Matter of fact, before we get that, I got my sword right here. I don't want to butcher it, so let's get that. This is Isaiah, Salaki, 58:1. Cry out loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. So this ain't about pleasing the crowd. This ain't about trying to sway the crowd, man. This is about teaching this word, man. Prophesying Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Okay, teaching this word to the elect, man. Okay, and the Lord is going to draw in the elect, man. Okay. 2/3 of our people, they got that appearance as if, the persona, as if they're godly, but they're inwardly wicked, man, full of darkness. Out to pursue their own personal gains. Okay, and just corrupt, man. Okay, discrediting Yahweh Shah. First off, to say the Lord's name don't matter is wild, man. Okay, or teaching in the Lord's name. Okay, but you're not applying the scriptures. You're lying. You discredit in the same sense. You calling on the name of the Lord, but you discrediting him at the same time, man. Okay, that's foolishness, man. That's folly. All right, but this is John 8:12, the NIV. It reads, when Yahweh Shah spoke again to the people, he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life, man. Okay, and what's that? They understanding the scriptures, the Rakakwadash. Okay, you have your lamp. You constantly trim your wick and have your lamp full of oil, which is the spirit, man. Okay, never running dry. Why? Because you applying Yahweh Shah. Okay, now let's get this real quick. You showing your faith by your works. All right, this is John 3:21 NIV. But whoever lives by the truth comes into the light, so that it may be seen plainly that what they have done has been done in the sight of the Most High, man. So living by the truth and speaking by it, okay, it's supposed to, run the same, man. Okay, you supposed to practice what you preach. You preach the word, okay, you supposed to practice it, man. Okay, versus you got a lot of jakes that pick up the Bible and call themselves teachers, but they not applying the scriptures, man. They not putting on as Yahweh Shah. They're not putting on as the elect, man. Okay, they doing everything but that, man. These are foolish and they're hypocrites, man. These are those that seek to fulfill their own belly and their own will to gain a status. Okay, it is going to lead to their destruction. All right, now let's get into it. This is Matthew 25:1-12. It reads, Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps, and the virgins is likened unto what? The elect. Okay, the five virgins or the five wise or the elect, and the five foolish are 2/3, man. All right. It says, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, those that haven't been defiled, okay, by philosophies and the rudiments of this world, man. Okay, the rudiments of men. All right. Which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise. These are the ones not defiled. Okay, these are the elect. And 5 were foolish. These are those that become defiled. Okay, sold out. Okay, that teach hypocrisy. Okay, and that applied as well, man. Actors. It says they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, man. It says, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps, man. Applied the scriptures, applied Yahweh Shah, walked in the spirit, man. Okay. It says, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps, and that oil represents this knowledge, this wisdom. This is Proverbs 21 and 20 through 21. It says, there is treasure to be desired, and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man spendeth it up. He that follows after righteousness and mercy findeth life, righteousness and honor. So that oil is likened unto what? Just this knowledge, man. Okay, this knowledge. But it says what? The foolish spendeth it up, man. Okay, they sell out. Okay, they get sidetracked on fulfilling their own agenda. Okay, and they sway from the path, man. All right. They get caught up in their emotions. You know, you have Jakes, that come on the comment boards and try and teach you, but they have no works. You go on their page, they ain't got no videos. Okay, but they try and tell you something about the scriptures. Okay, man, these dudes are foolish, man. All right, and they gonna get theirs, man. Jake get their feelings hurt over any little thing, man. You say something about the black woman, goddamn. Hey, Jake, goddamn, hey, a million degrees hot. But yet the black woman sit all on TV and all in public calling each other bitches and shit. But Jake ain't mad about that. But as soon as you goddamn call them out and it's scriptural, okay, and it's facts, Jake goddamn butthurt. Fucking clowns and simpletons, man. All right. It says, but the wise took their oil in their vessels with their lamps, man. Applied the scriptures, walked it how they talked it. Okay. It says, while the bridegrooms tarried, they all slumbered and slept. It says, and at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom's comings. Go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps, man. Hey, examine yourselves. Check yourselves, man. Okay. It says, and the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are going out. Oh, no, we ain't got nothing for you. Because when we was teaching, you called us bummerlights, grapists. We ain't know what we was talking about. We're cussing and teaching the word, talking foul language and teaching the word. We hating on these other groups and we should forget. Man, come on, man. All that bullshit gonna go out the window when the Lord shuts this place down, man. Okay. It says when that family of the word come, then all these Jakes, gonna see that the men of GMS, Great Millstone, starting with our apostle, elders, and bishops on down, okay, had the truth, man. Was teaching the truth. Because then it's gonna be a time of you can't goddamn, your emotions ain't gonna get you nowhere. Self-pity, self-sorrow, and goddamn feeding your ego, that shit is gonna be dead, man. And then you ain't gonna have no choice but to realize the reality of the fact of the matter, man. Okay? It says, then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps, and the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are going out. Why? Because they refuse the reproof. All right? And it's just a matter of time before these Jakes, and we see them, they lamps being put out. They being exposed through the spirit that they ain't right, man. Okay? But very soon it's gonna be, man, when it's gonna just, when that internet shut down, when that RFID chip, the mark of the beast is made mandatory, and you're gonna see a lot. You're gonna see a big shift. Okay, a big shift, man. And people, ashamed and confused. It says, but the wise answer saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves, man. Go do your own thing, man. We ain't got nothing for you. Because when we was teaching, you mocked us, you scoffed at us. We ain't know what we was talking about. You tried to teach us and you had no works for yourself. Get up out of here with that. You got it. It says, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut, man. While you trying to find yourself and trying to figure things out, it's going to be too late. What the Lord say, then shall they seek me, but it'll be too late, man. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Let's get that. Salakia, let me see. Salakia. Oh, Salakia, hold on, let me see. I passed it up. Here we go. It says, when your Proverbs 1:27 say, when you're, I'm gonna jump up. It say, turn you at my reproof, verse 23. Behold, I will pour my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you, give you the light. Because I have called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But you have set at naught all my counsel and will not of my reproof. I will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes. When your fear comes as a desolation and your destruction comes as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish comes upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. And that's the point, man. All right, the Most High is not mocked. Whatsoever man sows, the same shall it reap. So right now, you Jake scoffing and mocking and talking your shit. Okay, but very soon you're gonna eat that, man. Okay, you're gonna eat that, man, and you're gonna pay for it dearly. So go ahead and get your fun. Whatever tickles your fancy. You scoffing, come on brothers' pages and talking shit. Come out there to the camps talking shit and scoffing. Hey, man, you gonna get you gonna reap all that, man. So go ahead and do your thing, man. You got it. You got it. You got Jake trying to teach the men of the Lord, tell the men of the Lord how to teach the word. Okay, but they have no works for themselves, man. Okay, these mugs still calling on goddamn Jesus. Simpletons. Believe anything that feels good, that scratches their itching ear, man. The hell out of here. It says, but the wise answer saying, not so. Least there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Hey, getting delivered, man. Okay. You're going to seek the Lord in that day of trouble or calamity. Then when it's too late, and you're going to be destroyed. Okay. But the men of the Lord going to be safe, man. Okay. It says, afterwards came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not. Why? Because you didn't have the light. You didn't follow Yahushua. You didn't believe. You was focused on your emotions and pleasing, the crowd. Okay. You was chasing the bag. All right. You sold out. These are the jakes that's going to inherit destruction, man. Okay. And this is, let me see what I wanted to get. Salakia. This is 2 Timothy 3:1-5. It reads, but mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control. That's Jake, man. That's 2/3, man. Brutal, not lovers of the good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasures, rather than the lovers of the Most High. The Lord name don't matter. All right, John wasn't in the truth. John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. Paul's letters don't matter. Okay, you call the Lord whatever you want, but yet I have a Hebrew name. Okay, hey, you can party at the Passover. You know, we can only we teach when it's convenient for us. We go on the highways and byways when it's convenient for us. All right, them dudes that's teaching in the name of the Lord, that's teaching the true doctrine, the same name I used to call on, that I don't call on no more. Them guys are wicked. They bummerlights, they grapists. But yet no charges have ever been brought upon brothers of Great Millstone of being grapists. Okay? They bummerlights, but yet brothers have jobs. Brothers is handling their business. Brothers pay tights. Brothers help one another within Great Millstone, man. Look out for one another. You know, all these dudes are going to be put to shame and put to rest, man, in the most horrific way very soon. These foolish niggas, man. All right. It says, treacherous, rash, conceited, levels of pleasures rather than levels of the Most High. Selling breakdowns. Selling, you know, breakdowns, man. You know, forcing brothers to wear the same garment and much more. Passover, had to pay your Passover fees. What the fuck? Having a form of, see, here it is, having a form of godliness benign is power. Have nothing to do with such people, man. So you need to have nothing to do with these people. You should know a tree by its fruits, man. They had a Jake, goddamn, a scoffer come on my page and quote that and don't even understand a damn thing, a simpleton. You know, but it is what it is. You know, that comes with the territory. You know, but what Jake, you know, you should know a tree by its fruits. Look what these guys, what's coming out about these guys, man. They sodomites. They like to get pegged. They sold out. They under 501c3 charters. You know, government contracts and shit. You know, they barely go out and teach. Okay, they say they once taught their leader, IURC once taught the name of the Lord. Now he denies it, but yet has a Hebrew name, but the Lord name doesn't matter. You know, it's just plenty much more going on, man, with these damn people, man. You got this one guy that's going around rapping and talking shit. You know, trying to rap. You know, sound like a goddamn a child that's just not learning how to goddamn put words together. You know, rapping and talking shit, talking about we're in a new covenant. How we in a new covenant? We get sick, we die, we still goddamn, these thoughts still cross our minds. We don't have spiritual powers, man. Ain't no brother flying yet. We ain't in the kingdom. We don't have these heathens in subjection. You know, like just all type of madness, man. Stay away from these damn people, man. They're foolish. Okay. Now we're gonna end on these last few precepts. This is Proverbs 9:13-18. It says, folly is an unruly woman. She is simple and knows nothing. And these jakes that consider the virgins, you know, the five foolish, they're unruly, man. All they do is go around promoting folly, man. Okay, trying to lead away the simple, man. Okay, those that might know they're Israelites but not fully rooted. You got these jakes that stand by to seek to devour them, man. Okay, to corrupt them. Okay, to eat their pockets, man. Just for followers, just for, you know, their own filthy lucre's sake, man. It says, she sits at the door of her house on a seat at the highest point of the city. Sits. Ain't out there doing the work. Got a lot of these jakes that don't even go out to the camp, man. And if they do, it's probably once every 6 months. Okay. You know, but on the comment boards or sitting behind the computer, you know, seeming like they godly and know it all, but yet they not on the highways and byways, man. Okay, as the Lord commanded us, man. Okay, it says, calling out to those who pass by, who go straight on their way. You know, seeking to, you know, corrupt, man. Okay, a lot of these damn jakes seek to corrupt, man. They sit by idle, okay, not doing the work and trying to bait other people to come up under them, man, so they can have someone to lord over. Okay. It says, let all who are simple come to my house. This is what this is what these jakes do, man. You know, they put on as if they godly, but man, they tricking you. All right. It says, Salaki. It says, let all who are simple come to my house. To those who have no sense, she says, stolen water is sweet. And that's a lot, man. Trying to entice you, man, to be wicked, to do evil, man, to sin. All right. Now let me get this quick precept real quick, just to back that. You know, say stolen waters are sweet. This is This is what these jakes do, man. They put on as they godly, but behind closed doors, or even on camera, man. They tell you to take the jab. They tell you the Lord name don't matter. You call the Lord whatever you want. You basically do whatever you want. You get lineups. You get dreads, all that old shit, which is against the scriptures, man. It says, let me get Salakia. Let me see. Right here. This is Proverbs, Salakia, 5:15. It reads, drink water out of thy own sinister, and running waters out of thy own well, man. Okay, of the scriptures, man, from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, men of the Lord, man. You believe in the Lord truly, man. These dudes' works are not matching up. They're not teaching the name of the Lord. They telling you the RFID chip is not the mark of the beast. Hey, man, they lying to you, man. Okay, if they not teaching the word in true faith, sincerity, hey, they lying to you, man. Obviously. I'm going to say it like this, man. If they not of great millstone, our apostles, elders, and bishops, okay, and the men that teach the same like doctrine, okay, man, they're not right, man. If they not coming in the name of Yahweh, who the world calls God, okay, his true name in the Paleo Hebrew is Yahweh. He exists, he's to be. And they not coming in the name of Yahweh Shah, who the world calls Jesus, which is true name in the Paleo Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Okay, and it means he's the savior, he's the deliverer. Hey, they off, man. Okay, they off, man. If they not teaching you what the mark of the beast is, they telling you the men that's written in the Bible are not legit. They off, man. Okay, they off. All right. It says, drink water of thy own sinister, and running waters out of thy own well, man. All right. Don't be enticed to follow after false doctrines and philosophies, man. Okay. Or to do anything wicked, man. A lot of these jakes, they doing a lot of wicked shit behind closed doors, promoting adultery and so on and so forth. All right, now let's get back to it. All right, back into it. It says, stolen water is sweet. Food eaten in secret is delicious. No, it's not, man. It's wicked. All right. It's wicked, man. All right. Because you commit all type of folly behind closed doors, man. You being enticed to sin. All right. You being wicked, man. All right. In secrecy. This is Proverbs 30:20. It reads, such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and says, I have done no wickedness, man. And that's what these camps, these false camps and false teachers do, man. Okay, they have a form of godliness. Okay, but behind closed doors, they doing all type of folly. Committing sodomy, homosexual acts, pimping out their wives. Okay, committing adultery. Okay, all type of bullshit, man. All right. It says, but little do they know that the dead are there, that her guests are deep in the realm of the dead, man. All right. And that's just what's going down, man. All right. That's just what's going to happen to these jakes, man. They're going to reap what they sow, man. As the scriptures say, man, you sitting there, you following after these jakes, that's wicked. Okay. You're going to reap the same benefits that they do, man, which is death, man. All right. Now I'm going to end on this last precept. This is Proverbs 2:14-19. And it reads, who rejoices to do evil and delights in the fraudness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked, and they fraud in their paths, to deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flatters with their words, enticing you to go off, man, to sin. All right, these are what these jakes do, which forsakes the guide of her youth and forgetteth the covenant of her power, man, by way of what? Their own personal gain. They want the attention, they want the following, they want the bag. All right. It says, hold on. It says, for her house inclineth unto death, and her paths unto the dead, lead you down dead end. None that go unto her return again, neither take they hold of the path of life, man. Because once you go down that way, you full set upon it, man. You through, man. All right, so it's best for you to stick with the wise, man, which are predominantly the men of great millstone, man, stone our apostles, elders, and bishops. Okay, Okay, on down to his younger brothers, I don't want to write the Zawi of that elect number we endure to the end. And also those men that teach the same doctrine as Great Millstone and True Faith and Sincerity, not named Great Millstone, man. But these other guys, man, it's being proven, it's being made evident, man, that they off, man. That they off, man. And it's being made manifest by the light. And I'm in it on that, man, which is the truth. Okay. Which is the truth. All right. This is Ephesians 5 and 13. I'm gonna start at 12. I'm gonna start at let me see. Start at 12. It said, "For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret," man. We see a lot of these jakes are being exposed, man. The shit that they've been doing in secret, being exposed by way of the truth, by the light. The spirit of Yahweh Shah is exposing these damn dudes, man. Separating the wise from the foolish. It says, "But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light, which is the spirit of Yahweh Shah." Okay. It says, "For whatsoever does make manifest is the light," man. You can't do nothing against the truth before it, man. Okay, the deceive and the deceivers are his, man. All right, so everything is being exposed, man, by the spirit of Yahweh Shah. All right, so, hey, stick with the wise and not the foolish, man. All right, but with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the point. Till next time, Shalom.